Hi guys, welcome to Paradox of Losing Cycle channel. Today we're going to talk about scorecards success for tracking progress on challenging gambling addiction. So we're going to monitor our progress as we are trying to avoid our gambling addiction and set up a reward system as we progress. Now, as you guys know, that we have created over 20 videos on the challenges of gambling addiction, and as well as we have drilled down into the psychology, the financial aspect, and the challenges that you're facing in terms of developing an urge to going back to gambling and how these urges are developed, why these gambling sections are not profitable, what's going in there in terms of losing cycle. We have broken down into the mathematics of it. So we have done a tons of work in describing the whole math and the logic behind the danger of gambling and why we should stay away from it. So this video now, we're going to be setting up a scorecard to monitor our success in staying away from gambling and creating a reward system as we progress. So let's get started. So first, you need to have a summary stating that, when did you start to stop gamble? So let's say you start to stop gambling as of today. You might have stopped maybe a week ago or a month ago or a couple of days ago, whatever it is. I mean, you can just put a date there saying that this is the start date, and I'm going to monitor the progress from that date. And then state your objective. So, what's your objective in by stopping this gambling addiction? Is to stop gambling for the next 1 year. So you need to have a clear target. You could say 10 years and forever, but that's not the I mean, the point is that you need to have a clear plan for 1 year, then you can repeat it if you want. Okay, so let's not go for extended time, like such as 10 years and forever, because then you might lose the momentum. At least if you set up a target for your objective for 1 year, you can build the momentum and you can monitor the momentum and you can see the achievement as they progress, and then you can you can feel the achievement as the time passes by. So the objective is to stop gambling for the next 1 year. And what do you want to get out of it? So what's your financial milestone? So set a milestone, a financial milestone. What do I want to achieve from stopping to gamble? So the financial milestone is a reward system. Basically, you're going to reward yourself by saving up to $10,000 by 2025. So if I stop gambling for the next 1 year, I would want to save up to $10,000 by 2025. So that's your financial milestone. So this is the objective when you are monitoring your scorecard. So let's now get down into the scorecard. On the scorecard, it might be on a Excel sheet or on a Word document. You can, create a table and create a reward system for anti-gambling. Okay. On the scorecard, you need to have a clear measure, and these measures, they need to be spot on, measurable, clear, simple, okay, that you can monitor. So number one, number of days without gambling. So you're going to record yourself and record the number of days that you did not gamble from the start date. So so when you give yourself 1 point for every 1 day that you didn't gamble, um, once it accumulates to 1 week, and for every 1 week you didn't gamble, you give yourself 1 point. And this 1 point will equal to $100, which you will transfer them into your account. So that's your reward. So you have now measure, number of days, rating, which is a point that you're going to give for every 1 week that you didn't gamble, and the reward. And these points are translated into a reward that for every 1 point, you're going to give yourself $100, which you will transfer that into your savings account. Okay, so this is how you will feel your progress. You have to feel it. You have to have a sense of achievement for what you have done. And then you're going to record the number of days of relapses. So let's say you had a relapse all of a sudden. You have to recognize and acknowledge that you have a relapse. Okay. And you will give yourself 1 point for every 1 week that you have. Basically, within that week, you will say, okay, I had this relapse, and by end of the week, you're going to calculate how many relapses you had. So by end of the week, if you had any relapse within 1 week, you're going to give yourself 1 point. And this 1 point, basically, again, you're going to reward yourself with $100, and you're going to transfer that into your savings account. Now, one thing is having a relapse. Another thing is actually taking an initiative, okay, to terminate the relapse. So once you have a relapse and it's an urge to go back to gambling, okay, you gotta take the initiative, some kind of activity to overcome the relapse. Same thing, you're gonna say, okay, the number of initiative that you have taken, okay, within a week, and then give yourself 1 point for each initiative that you have taken. The initiative must be tangible, measurable, and activity oriented. And for each initiative, you are giving yourself 1 point, and each point is worth $100. And you're going to transfer that $100 into your savings account. Okay? So now you have number of days without gambling accumulating to 1 week. 1 week is equal to 1 point, and 1 point is equal to $100. You're going to transfer that to your savings account. Number of days of relapses, you're giving yourself 1 point for every 1 week you overcome a relapse. Okay? So you're going to record, okay, this week, 1 week passed by, I had a relapse, during that week, and you did not gamble, and you're going to give yourself another point just to overcome the relapse. Okay? And you're going to give yourself $100 for each 1 point that you're gonna get. And then for each initiative that you are taking to overcome the relapse, record the initiative, and then you're going to give yourself $100 for that specific initiative and transfer that to your savings account. So, and then now we're going to describe how to record the initiative. So basically, once you have a relapse, it's not enough, say, okay, well, I stopped gambling. I had a relapse. I had an urge to go back to gambling, but I had this. Okay, I managed to stop it. Okay, that's fine. For that, you already gave yourself 1 point during the week that you had a relapse. But then, if you take an initiative, you can name the initiative that you have taken to overcome the relapse and record the date accordingly. So that date, I've taken this initiative, such as I went for swimming, or I read a book instead. So rather than going back to gambling, I would rather read a book. Or I helped my kid to do his homework, and I maintained during the week to do his homework. So this initiative is not just one off. You have to monitor this initiative during the week. Are you continuing with that initiative for a week? Then only you're going to give yourself 1 point. So you're not going to have an initiative and then give a point right away. So you need to monitor this initiative over 1 week time, and then you need to keep on doing it. Okay, you need to be consistent with this initiative. You need to take it seriously, and you need to motivate yourself to do it. Okay, so that's how you're going to overcome the gambling addiction. So you might go for swimming, then you say, okay, how, it's not like, you just jumping into the swimming pool. I mean, you might want to go for swimming continuously for 3-4 days a week, or you might have joined a gym or health club, subscribed to to health club, and then you started, swimming or working out. So I say, okay, during the week, I went for workout in the gym for 3-4 days, and I subscribed to the gym, and that's my initiative. So basically, it's tangible and it's serious. This is a serious initiative that you have taken, and so forth. So, I could think of a lot of things, what you can do. You could basically, if you are in business, you can create a new product. You can, do a business plan, but then focus on that business plan until you create, the product. So you can see what you have really achieved over 1 week over this new initiative that you have taken, instead of going back to gambling. Okay. So for this each initiative, again, you got to record it and record the date, and be very specific about it, describe it, and then reward yourself for that week. You got to reward yourself 1 point, and this 1 point is equal to $100, which you will transfer them to your savings account. All right. So at the end, on your Excel sheet, you need to have this a balance sheet. So basically, say, okay, these are the initiatives names. That the total amount of savings from avoiding gambling, this much I have saved. Total amount of savings from avoiding relapses, this much amount of money that I have saved. And total amount of savings for initiative taken to avoid the gambling and relapses. This is amount of savings that I've achieved. So you're going to monitor your reward, your savings account, as your the number of days of gambling has been avoided, and the number of relapses have been avoided, and the number of initiatives that you have taken to avoid the relapse. This will give you a perfect reward system and a perfect sense of achievement as the time progresses. Now, we will be posting this on Reddit and as well as on our Facebook, and also, I'll try to post it on the YouTube channel as well, in down in the comment area. So I would, what I suggest is that, if some of you would like to share with us your achievement, what you have done, the number of days you have avoided gambling, number of relapses you had, and how did you overcome those relapses, and what kind of initiative that you have taken, so we can keep the momentum running in our community. So basically, you can, share with us your what kind of initiative that you have taken, and some of the ideas that you can share with us. Others can learn from each other. That these are initiatives that exist. Actually, you could do a lot of things out there rather than sitting there and gambling your time away. So we can share all these ideas together and be innovative and progressing and prospering together. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe to our channel and press like button as well if you like this video. And see you guys soon. So, yeah, as I said, please share with us your ideas and thoughts about this scorecard, and your experience in terms of monitoring your progress in overcoming this challenge. Thank you, guys, and see you soon. Cheers.